welcome to another video. My name is Rachel and I am obsessed with crystals and energy and raising your vibration and just living your best possible life as your best possible self. And one of my favorite things to do is take my favorite crystal, which is moldavite. And if you don't know about multivite, I have an entire playlist I will link for you. Multivite is the most magical transformational crystal that I have come across. I love it so much. Multivite has a very strong energy, and one of my favorite things to do is to pick up multivite and then pick up another crystal and to try to dive in and explain to you how the energy changes and moves and what it feels like. And it ends up being a really magical, intense, weird experience, and it's just super fun to do. I end up recording myself for hours sitting here and playing with these energies, and then I end up editing out so much so that you're not sitting here for hours just watching me try to figure this out. But that is what I do, so that's what we're going to be spending the day today doing. I have done a few of these other videos that I will link for you. We have gone over all sorts of stones. It's been a lot of fun. Some of them are really good combinations. Some of them have given me very strange experiences. So this is the piece of multivite I'm going to be using today. It is new. I didn't mean to buy more multivite, but I picked this guy up and I instantly knew I could never, ever, ever part from him. It's my new favorite piece. It might be my favorite piece ever. He has this shape that's so easy to be like a worry stone, because he has this little curve in him, but then also just has all of this really cool detail. I really like him. So we're going to use him today and try him out with other stones. Most of these were recommended by you guys. I always ask at the end of these videos if you have any stones that you would like me to try out. Oh my gosh, I just realized there's one that I meant to pick up that I didn't. Okay, so the first stone that we are going to use is kunzite. And I talked in my last video about how I really wanted to try this pairing out, but I didn't actually have a piece of kunzite. My friend Brittany brought me this piece of kunzite that week. It is beautiful, and I am really excited to try these together. I know that I have done it in the past and it's been like super cool. So we are going to try moldavite and kunzite together and see what happens. I immediately felt like I just lifted a realm, and I'm somewhere much like brighter and whiter, and just like happiness abounds. It's very lighthearted, uplifting, clear-headed. It's like a sense of floating in the clouds. It's euphoric. Absolutely nothing can like touch me up here. It's really a floaty feeling. And not just like I'm floating around here, like I really feel like I'm up here somewhere. And oh, it feels so cool. I just kind of want to sit with it for a minute because I also feel like it's clearing out some things in my body. I'm feeling a lot of like back tingles, almost like if I had wings where they would be attached. I'm feeling like a ton of energy just up and down this like portion of my spine right here. It's not stopping yet. It's very activated. It's hard for me to not smile while I'm holding these. The feeling is it's super uplifting. Honestly, I feel like anyone who's going through any kind of like a depression phase, if you got a piece of jewelry with kunzite and moldavite on it, it's this instant it's amazing. It feels so nice. I kind of never want to put these down, and that happens to me sometimes when I'm doing these videos. So it's like I'm floating in the clouds. It's also almost like I'm being like rocked gently. There's just so much like love and support and magic and good vibrations in this combination. I recommend this. 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. This is amazing. You should definitely try this, the kunzite and the moldavite. All right, next on my list is nuumite. Now, in one of my first energy pairing videos with the moldavite, I did this pairing already. However, I was kind of up in the air about my piece of nuumite, if it was actually authentic, and I have since gotten a piece that I am much more confident about, and it's just a very nice piece of nuumite. Sometimes it is hard to show all of the like sparkle and the colors in this, but they are there. I will have to eventually try to get a good picture of this because it has like the little yellows and the blues. It's almost even like a tiny bit of like green. It's like a whole color spectrum of labradorite in one little streak in this black rock, and they are just so interesting. So I think that this will be an interesting pairing, and then it'll also be interesting because I did the first one such a long time ago and I haven't gone back and watched it. I think it'll be interesting to do this and then go back and watch the other one and see how similar they are or if they're completely different. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the nuumite and the moldavite. So this immediately took me to like a serious place, like whereas the other one I felt like I went up here right away. This brought me not necessarily like down, but more like centered, and but also kind of down, like underground type of. It's a very earthy, but still magical energy. So it's like the magic that's inside of the earth. Think about like all of the like heat, and I keep getting pictures of volcanoes in my head. Like the energy of transformation that is under the earth is so powerful, and I've been being drawn to that a lot this week actually. I was watching a lot of things about volcanoes this week, and God, I hope that's not like a creepy foreshadowing, but it's also like this calmness. Like there's all this power and energy underneath, but it's also just like very calm and centered and knowing and wise. It's really weird how I'm holding them too, because at first I'll put them both like on my palm, and this is what has happened. So the nuumite is almost like trying to escape my hand. I don't know if it's like they don't want to be touching or if it's like this doesn't want to be contained. And that is almost like volcano energy, right? It's like trying to like come out of some kind of a shell. Oh my gosh, that's like so powerful to think about in my life right now. Like all of us, actually, we are all going through this entire huge transformation right now. The things that are going on cosmically and in our universe, like as above, so below, there is so much change happening right now, transformation. And that, I don't know if it makes any sense right now, but that vibe is very, very, very clear in my life and in the world right now. I think like new things are just trying to like push through, and in the new things coming through, it kind of disrupts everything, but you have to disrupt everything and move everything for the new stuff to have room to come through. This isn't something that when I first picked it up it felt like euphoric, but now it does make me want to like smile. And I almost feel like it's because it's happy that it has revealed all its secrets to me. I'm honestly getting the feeling that it is communicating with me, and that that's what it wanted me to feel, and that's what it wanted me to like get across to you guys. And now it's just like happy that mission accomplished. He's like, but if you really want to sink into this with me, we can go deeper and work on some stuff. And now I feel like I'm gonna cry. Man, that is so interesting. It's like it's almost like it's this wise multi-level tool where it takes you only as far as you need to go to like realize something, and then it's like you go back and want to work with it again. So he's like, all right, well, this is the next lesson, and it takes you somewhere else and you work through that. And I think that that's really amazing. Instead of just like bulldozing to the end line, it's taking me through like step by step by step of recognizing things and clearing things out. I think that this could be an amazing transformational tool pairing for clearing out whatever you need to in your life. Like, not just like outwardly, but also inwardly, the things that you have to like go through and see about yourself and acknowledge in order to fix and move past. Like I was saying, we're in this huge time of transformation, and I've been hearing from a lot of teachers. Okay, there's one or two people that I actually listen to these days, and the one person who is amazing has been talking a lot lately about clearing things out. He's like, you guys have a couple of months to get your things in order, and that's it. So get your things in order. Like, you need to go through, purge things, get rid of things, get your things in order. That's like the message that is like coming through him over and over. And when he says that, I feel it. And I have been like, there's a lot going on right now. I don't have anything else to say about this pairing right now. So the next stone that I am going to use is amber. And it's strange because I don't have written down that I have done this already, but I feel like I have. Maybe I did it with a piece of black amber, but I'm going to use this piece of amber today. Amber is a wonderful energy. It's very warm and it's very light. It almost feels like plastic. It's a fossilized tree resin type of thing, and you can find some really cool stuff stuck in amber sometimes. I really, really like this piece. I love the shape of it, and eventually I know I'm going to turn it into a pendant. But right now, I am just going to hold it with my moldavite and see what happens. I just got very cold, which is strange because amber is such a stone of warmth. I'm freezing. My whole body just got so cold. I feel like these two are so different in structure and where they come from and everything. I feel like they're trying to get to know each other right now. Kind of like when two dogs first meet and they just start like sniffing each other, checking each other out. I feel like that's what they're doing more than like interacting in a way that they're doing something for me. I feel like they're trying to figure each other out and like getting to know each other. I'm not feeling like a connection at all with them. It's like, and I have them right on top of each other. I do feel a slight energy kind of like traveling up my back now. I don't know if it's like a kundalini type thing, but I'm mainly feeling it in my upper back. Wow. Okay, so now it almost feels like if I had roots right now going into the earth, which if you envision that is actually like a wonderful meditation healing thing that you can do, highly recommend. But I feel like if I had roots right now and they were in the earth, I feel like all this energy traveling up through the roots, like through my spine, and it's total like tree energy right now, which I absolutely love. It feels very like safe and comforting. That energy does, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it's coming from these, but it has to be. This is so weird. I almost feel like the energy of the amber is completely blanketing and covering over the energy of the moldavite. It's a very silent, serious energy, like powerful and regal, like very powerful, but not in like a high vibrational, quick energy way, in a very like grounded, stable, all knowing way. It's pretty cool. Way different than anything else I've held today, and I feel very just like at peace and at ease and just content. It's definitely different and pleasant. All right, this is one that you guys asked me to do. This is a piece of tanzanite, and it's tiny. Hopefully you can see it. Tanzanite is a beautiful color. It's almost like a periwinkle. So we're gonna try tanzanite and moldavite together. This one is immediately more like uplifting and energetic. It's almost like I feel the moldavite again. Like I didn't there. It was, but I feel like it's back, like back in the groove. This makes me, it makes me not want to close my eyes. Like usually I want to close my eyes and go in. This is making me like look around. I'm very like, almost like an ADD situation. I'm just like, oh, what's going on in this room that I'm in every day? What could I possibly be looking for or at? But so maybe it's like a stone of curiosity or something. It's like, maybe it's like a pairing of curiosity. Like it'll make you think of new things and wonder new things. I'm gonna try to close my eyes, but I don't want to. I don't want to stop moving. My body just doesn't want to stop moving. I feel like a kid who's stuck in school who doesn't want to be there. I want to be out doing things, and that's what I feel like. It's kind of driving me crazy. Wow, it's like, it's not bad, but it's just, it's a lot of energy. I wasn't expecting this at all. And I feel like I'm talking much faster and louder, and it's just, I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm just absolutely letting it come through and trying to convey what it feels like to you. I mean, I feel like my eyes couldn't get any wider. Like it's just this like, I feel when I close my eyes, I feel my heart beating in my eyelids. Like there's so much physical energy going on here. Now I'm getting these visuals like I'm a bird like flying through trees. They're like all these like tall pine trees, and I'm just like gliding through it, and it feels pretty peaceful. But again, the whole time my eyes are shut, my heart is beating in my eyelids to the point where I can like see it through the light that's coming in through my eyelids. It's just like this crazy pulsing that won't stop. It's not that I don't enjoy this, but it's a lot. It's not something I would want to do for a long time. In fact, I'm going to put them down right now. It's just, it's almost like giving me a headache too. It's very intense and it's a lot. And I'm trying to think of what kind of like situation I would want to use this in. And I don't know, maybe if you're just like having a bored day at home, this might take you on some kind of a crazy adventure. This will be a nice relaxation after that, hopefully. One of you asked me to pair moldavite with ocean jasper. Love ocean jasper. And I had to dig this and another one. Oh my gosh, I have such a story about all this. Should I do ocean jasper next? Okay, I'm gonna do ocean jasper next, but there's like a whole story that goes on with this. So, but let's, I'm so distracted now. We're gonna go ahead and try the ocean jasper and the moldavite. I knew I was gonna like this because I love ocean jasper so much. That's all I've got right now. It's just, I'm smiling, I'm happy. That's the first thing that I felt. Now I feel like I'm like sinking into this puddle of calmness and like I could take a nap. And I honestly feel like I'm underground, kind of like if you see in like a child's storybook, like a picture of a squirrel underground or any kind of like animal. They show the top of the ground and then they show the little hideout underneath and they show the little animal like laying in it. That's how I felt immediately. And I get taken to that place kind of a lot when I'm working with ocean jasper. And because of, I don't know, I always feel like I can literally feel the spot in the earth where this came out of. Like I get taken there all the time when I'm holding this, and it just feels like just this like this little like underground nook, and it's so hard to explain, but like I go there all the time. It's so familiar to me, and it's just part of the magic of ocean jasper, I guess. So I've put down my moldavite. I need to pick it back up, but I just think that's really cool. I do. I just, as soon as I pick it up, that's what I want to do. I'm just in this little like nook. And it's not necessarily in like a sleepy way. I'm getting more of the feeling that it's like regenerative. Like you have to be able to hibernate sometimes to give yourself more energy. And that is so obvious in my life right now. Like I have felt lately like I'm just hibernating. Like the past few weeks, I haven't gotten a lot of like new stuff done. I haven't had a lot of like energy to. I've just been very like inward, waiting and watching kind of energy. And that is totally what this feels like. But it's like it's teaching you this lesson that it's okay to have those unproductive times. Like you have to do that. You have to fill your cup back up. You have to rest. You have to honor the process. And so if you feel like you have to push yourself to do something, like, yes, in real life, we all have to do things. Sometimes you have to get up and go to work or get up and take care of someone when you don't feel like it. But I'm just saying, the things, sometimes we push ourselves to do so many things that aren't actually necessary, and we're just pushing ourselves for whatever reason, and it's okay to like back off of that and let yourself rest. And sometimes it's even more beneficial, because when you're like forcing things all the time, it's like it's just so much better if you can just get into the flow and then let things happen the way they're supposed to, instead of like pushing all the wrong things and using all your energy when you could just be going in the flow. And like it's like the finish line is right here, right? And you're like pushing to get there, pushing to get there, over here exhausting yourself. And over here, if you were in the flow, like you get there at the same time. It's gonna happen. Like what is meant for you is yours. You are going to get there. It's just a matter of trusting that you're going to get there. You have to go in the flow. When like following your intuition, if something pops in your head, oh yeah, I should probably pay attention to that. And then over here, you're pushing and trying all these different things and failing and pushing and failing, and you're still going to get here. You're going to get here at the same time. So it's like you just have to like learn that. It was a lovely, lovely little combination. All right, so the story I'm going to tell you has to do with 3 different stones. So the next stone in that story is flower agate. And I believe it was the same person that asked me to do the ocean jasper and the flower agate, and maybe even the tanzanite. Flower agate's a really lovely energy. And this is my lovely palm stone of flower agate. We are going to go ahead and try the flower agate and the moldavite together. It's very like sophisticated and elegant, and I feel like I'm in like a long gauze dress. I'm not sure what I want to say about this, because I'm at complete ease and peace and contentment. I feel like there's a lesson here, but I'm not sure what it is yet. It's almost just like a nice quiet place to sit into. Like I'm getting different like pictures popping in my head, like I got like a meadow, and it felt very European. And I'm getting a lot of like fairy imagery. I can almost see myself sitting in the middle of a grassy meadow in a gauze dress with flowers wrapped around my head and all these fairies like dancing around me. And the sun is shining, and I'm so incredibly happy. I don't know if this is like a different dimension thing or like a past life thing, but um I feel like it just took me somewhere else. It wasn't just like imagery of it trying to show me something. It actually took me somewhere, to an experience that it felt very real. I feel, now that I've opened my eyes and I'm sitting in this room, I feel foreign sitting in this room. Like, where am I? Which makes me think that it was not just like a picture it was trying to show me, but an actual place it was trying to show me. And like Ireland, it was like it was in Ireland. So it was on top of this like little plateau. There's like rocks and hills over on this side. There's like a house down that way, but my house is behind me, but like down a little hill. Like I can't see my house from where I'm at. And I was a little bit younger, not young, but younger, 12. I think that was like a past life flash, because I've had a few of those before. And it's weird because in that moment, you feel everything that like, let's just say that was me in a different life. Like in that second, you feel everything that person feels. Like you can feel the atmosphere around you wherever you are. You can feel what you're wearing. It's very, very different than just like imagining something or getting like an image of something that someone's showing you. Like, you know, psychics and mediums and whatever, you can get like visuals given to you, but it's not that. It's actually, you actually like feel what that person feels, which is very bizarre, but very, very cool. I've actually been sleeping lately with this flower agate under my pillow, along with this ocean jasper under my pillow, a big slab of rose quartz under my pillow, and I had my Caribbean calcite under my pillow also. And it's been maybe a couple of weeks now that I've been doing that, 2 to 3 weeks, and I have been having really, really good sleep. But also, I have been remembering my dreams when I wake up, and I've been having some incredible dreams. And that's not something that I'm usually really good at. Like, I don't remember my dreams very often, but I've really been enjoying it. And they're so large. And as I like move around, this past week, I have been hearing them fall. So they've been like falling behind my bed. So when I was going through today and reading comments and making a list of the stones I wanted to use for this video, the one person had asked me to get the flower agate and the ocean jasper, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna have to get them out from behind the bed where they're stuck. I tried reaching down yesterday and getting them, and they were just like stuck back there. So I left them, and it's really funny. Yesterday when I got home from work, I had a package waiting for me, and I started opening the package, and it was all these crystal cabochons that I ordered. And one of them is a really, really nice piece of bloodstone. And I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is so nice. And Ryan was in the room and he looked at me and he's like, you know, and I was telling him, man, I wish I could find my bloodstone wand. I picked it up specifically because it's like perfect Rasta colors. It has red and yellow and green, and they're like banded perfectly. And I had to have this thing, and I got it. And within a couple of weeks, I lost it. And I was telling him, like, it's got to be in this house somewhere. I haven't seen it in like over a year. And I've checked behind the bed before. So today, I have to get these out from behind the bed, and I'm back there. My whole arm is back there. I have this long stick of selenite, and I'm like trying to get everything out. And dude, I found my bloodstone wand. I am so happy. I am so happy I found this. So I took that as a sign that I need to pair bloodstone with moldavite. And you know what's even crazier now that I'm thinking about it right in this moment? I'm realizing the first ever experience I had with a past life was a random thing. I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't trying to tap into that at all in my life. I randomly picked up a piece of bloodstone and I had this flashback to a life. And I felt everything in that moment, and that was the first experience I've had with a past life anything, and it was with bloodstone. And how cool is it that I'm about to use the bloodstone right after I had that little experience with the flower agate? It's just so crazy and cool how life works. I love it when stuff like this happens. Okay. And do you see how beautiful this is with the coloring? Like, it's all red and then yellow and then the green. It's the coolest piece of bloodstone. Oh, we're gonna try the bloodstone and the moldavite. I want to cry right now immediately already. Oh my god, I want to cry so much. I'm trying to hold it in. Maybe I shouldn't, but I've got things to do today. All I want to do is cry. It's definitely just like a releasing thing. It's not a sad thing. It's trying to work something out of me. It's like over here. I'm just getting like hard earth sign energies from this bloodstone. Like work, hard work and practicality and almost like a rigidness. I was so excited for this that I'm a little bit thrown off about the experience that it's giving me. I'm watching a squirrel outside right now. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to just let crystals work on you. Um, like like I was saying, I really want to like cry right now. But it's almost like by focusing on something else, like I'm just watching this squirrel outside being so cute, eating these nuts, but I'm still holding the crystals. So it's like it's letting me take a back seat in my mind while it's working on things. I feel like it's like sweeping out my heart chakra right now, like with an actual broom. And now I feel like I can sit with it. I don't know, man. It just feels like steady and silent and almost like a night. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my expectations for that one kind of like threw me off. I think maybe. I'm gonna move on. Another one that I wanted to try myself is seraphinite. And seraphinite is a lovely stone. This is a nice slab of it that I got. I ordered this from the UK actually, and I really, really like it. I love this slab of it because it's very like shiny on the front, and then on the back it's very unpolished, but it's very like smooth and matte. So I love holding this piece because it's equally satisfying on both sides in a different way. Very similar coloring to moldavite. Whoa, I'm dizzy. Wow. Oh, immediately dizzy and lightheaded, like I could fall over. And I want to fall this way. I don't know if that means anything. Wow, just like loopy. It's this crazy loopiness immediately. I almost feel like I have the spinnies. Like I have to put a hand or a foot on the floor, and it's not going away. I feel so dizzy right now. And now I'm like nauseous from being dizzy. Let's see if we can get past this. Wow. So when I close my eyes, I actually see like swirling. Wow. Every time the swirling, I see like 3 swirls. One here, and one here. Swirlings. I'm starting to feel like an energy expansion, almost like it's doing something to my aura. I don't know if it's like, it feels like it's getting wider, but only up here. Every time I close my eyes, the swirls. I don't have a lot of words for you, but like I'm not doing any of this on purpose. I'm actually just letting my body kind of like flow. The movements are, it's weird. I don't know what is actually, I don't know what the purpose for all of this could be. Maybe it's like a healing, because it's all happening in my like upper back, and that's where I have a lot of like tension. Like if I ever need a massage, that's where I need it. So it's not like an uncomfortable thing that I'm shrugging off. It's more of like, it just feels like, it equally feels like an energy is kind of like moving through me, almost like a kundalini thing, but it's more horizontal. But also when I had my eyes shut, I almost felt like I was moving my body to like go through some, like I'm like going through a jungle or something, and I was like leaning under branches and trying to squeeze through rocks type of thing, if that makes any kind of sense, which none of this ever does. But it's just I my body just wants to keep moving around like this. I don't know what to say about it. It's really the most one of the most unique things that I have felt. And I just feel like very hot right now, and I feel very like nauseous. I need like a tall, cold drink. So the next stone I'm going to do, I had near the top of my list, but I kept skipping over it. I think I'm ready for it now. I am going to be using brookite, and it is a new stone to me. I've been wearing it around actually in a little pouch with 2 moldavites. Oh hi, cutie. And so in my next crystal haul video that I do, and we'll talk a little bit more about what it is and what it does then. But I will say that when I first got it and held it, it was just a feeling of like bliss. But since then, I've been going through a lot. So unsure of how I totally feel about it, but I think I like it. So we're going to be doing the moldavite and the brookite. I'm seeing almost like Egyptian hieroglyphs, but they're not, but they remind me of it. It's like a different kind of glyph. It's not Egyptian. It's not like Native American either. It's different. And this is another combination that's making me quite cold. I can't feel anything. Let's move on and come back to it and see if I can get it later. Weird. So we are going to try celestite. I love me some celestite. And it's not always common to find celestite tumbled, but if you can find a piece, it is one of the most satisfying things that I have to kind of like rub. It's just such a fragile, gemmy stone, but to have it in a tumbled form, it's just, there's just something about it. And God, I carry this thing around so much and I drop it a lot and I feel so bad, but I'm only dropping a lot because I'm handling it so much. And like I said, it's a little bit fragile. So man, it is just like beat up around the edges and everything. I'm sorry. I love it so much. So we're going to hold celestite and moldavite together. Oh, I feel a lot going on in my head right now. Just a lot of like crown energy. I think I'm broken. Yeah, nothing. But so I put them both down and I'm like, all right, what's going on? Like maybe if I put them down and pick it up, I'll notice a change in energy. And the only thing that keeps happening is, so I'll pick up my moldavite and I feel like as soon as I pick up moldavite, I feel like a little, and then when I put the celestite with it, I want to take a deep breath every time I do it. It's just like a happiness. It's almost like I hear like birds chirping in a Disney movie. Happiness, like very innocent, and it feels almost like springtime. So I don't feel like anything is happening, but now that I'm looking around, if I look at a steady object, I can see it vibrating. And it's not like I'm seeing its aura. It's almost like I'm in this weird, it's like the computer program is glitching. All right, I think maybe we should try the brookite again. It feels pleasant. It feels serious. I'm having such a blockage about this. Honestly, maybe it's because I've been wearing it around so much, so I'm not noticing the energy because it's something I've been in. And this happened to me on another video, actually. In one of the first ones I did, I remember pairing the moldavite with Libyan desert glass, which is supposed to be an amazing pairing, and I didn't actually feel that much off of it, but it's during a period when I was wearing that little pouch with moldavite and phenakite and Libyan desert glass. So it's probably because when I wear a combination around a lot, and I've been wearing this one for a few weeks, it's kind of, I'm just so used to it that I can't tell you what it feels like or what's changing because it's what I've been feeling. So maybe I need to keep that in mind when making these videos, that I can't really dive into an energy if I've been living in it already, in a way. I do still have 3, 4, 5, at least 6 more pairings that I have on a list to do for you guys. I would like to add a few more to that. So if you have any more recommendations, please leave them down below and I will make another one of these videos in the near future for you guys. They are so much fun to make. I hope that you guys experiment with moldavite and other stones because it is honestly so much fun. I mean, definitely the first few that I used today, the kunzite and the neumite, like 10 out of 10 recommend. You should definitely try them. Yes. So thank you so much for watching today, everyone. I love you all so much. If you enjoyed these videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And then you can keep up with all of my future weirdness. Have such a great day, you guys. I will see you all next time.